Congratulations to you all, and thank you for letting me be a part of this big day. I'm sure the older people in this room can attest. It's hard to come to an event like this and not feel a little bit nostalgic, to think back on our own youthful experiences. And yes, I put myself squarely in that older people category, just so we're clear. It was 23 years ago that I graduated from McGill with a Bachelor of Arts in English Literature. And to the lit grads here, take it from Danny, take it from me, whatever you want to do with your life, the future is wide open, whether you want to become a global literary giant or work for the government, you can dream to do whatever you want. It was only 23 years ago, but it might have well been the middle of the last century when you think about how much has changed since then. Google didn't exist. We had microfilm readers and card catalogs. If you'd asked me then what social media was, I'd have guessed it had something to do with either a wine and cheese with journalism students or just watching TV with friends in a public place. Nobody had a cell phone. There were a few car phones, but a call was like $100 a minute. Ma cohorte était la première à utiliser le courrier électronique. Je me souviens encore d'une longue conversation avec une amie dans laquelle j'arrivais simplement pas à comprendre comment elle pouvait envoyer un message à sa sœur qui étudiait en Italie complètement gratuitement. Puis je pense à cette conversation, je n'avais même pas compris l'aspect instantanément. Et si ma mémoire est bonne, mon premier adresse courriel comprenait autant de chiffres que de lettres, et ça m'a pris des mois avant d'envoyer un message, parce que je connaissais personne d'autre qui avait aussi un courriel électronique. En 1994, nous pouvions à peine imaginer à quoi ressemblerait le monde en 2017. Tout comme vous avez peut-être du mal à imaginer le monde dans lequel vous vivrez en 2040. Aujourd'hui, les changements s'enchaînent plus rapidement que jamais et pourtant, ce n'est rien comparé à la vitesse à laquelle ils se produiront demain. The pace of change has never been so fast, and yet it'll never be this slow again. It's hard to imagine what the future might hold, but that doesn't mean you can't prepare for it. How do you do that? Well, it starts by understanding that today is in no way the end of your education, but the beginning of a lifetime of learning for which you will be almost entirely responsible and in charge. Developing flexibility, critical thinking, self-knowledge, and confidence will be essential. You can also prepare by accepting that you're likely to have not just a few different jobs over your working life, but a few different careers. Some will be great, some will suck, but all represent a challenge that will shape and strengthen you as a person if you let them. Also, you need to allow yourself time. Time to figure out what your passion is. Time to make mistakes and dive headlong into dead-end choices. And come back out. Time to speed up and bear down when you need to grind through. And time to live it up and slow down when you need to start a family, connect with friends, or just rediscover play and joy. But mostly, you need to remember what matters. You see, human beings are social animals. With very few exceptions, we each define ourselves in relation to others. We have an ingrained need for relevance. We need to be pertinent to our community. We need to matter to our tribe, however we define that tribe to be. And while the accumulation of material goods or authority or prestige can serve as indicators of success, they are not of themselves success. And you can't fool yourself. Deep down, you will measure yourself and your success not by what you have gotten from the world, but by what you have to give it. But your generation already knows that. As a teacher, as a youth and environment advocate, as a young parliamentarian with the Youth Critic portfolio, and now as Canada's Minister for Youth, I've had thousands of great conversations with young Canadians like you. And it's clear to me that you are the most engaged, informed, empowered generation that has ever lived. I know that those moments when you feel cynical or apathetic come not from not caring about the world, but from its opposite, from being frustrated at feeling that you don't yet have the tools to fully shape this world that you care so deeply about. But be patient with yourselves, because then you may notice that you are already having a real and massive impact for the better on this world, especially here in Canada, where you are defining the big things. Avec vos voix, vos choix et vos actions, vous êtes en train de façonner un pays qui fonctionne pour tous. Un pays inclusif, où chacun se sent accueilli, apprécié et aimé, qu'on l'on soit né à Alexandria ou à Alep, où des différences de culture, de langue, d'orientation sexuelle, de religion, de capacité physique ou mentale enrichissent vos vies. Un pays où la diversité est une source de force, non de faiblesse. Un pays innovateur où les gens ont l'éducation nécessaire pour réaliser de nouvelles idées et où ils sont prêts à mettre à profit ce qu'ils ont appris. Un pays où il n'y a pas de choix à faire entre ce qui est bon pour l'environnement et ce qui est bon pour l'économie, parce que vous comprenez tous qu'ils doivent aller ensemble. Un pays qui reconnaît les erreurs du passé et travaille fort sur la réconciliation avec les peuples autochtones. Un pays qui partage ses solutions avec le monde, qui est là pour aider quand nécessaire, avec courage, mais sans trop avoir besoin d'attirer l'attention. Un pays où chaque personne a une chance réelle et égale de réussir. Voilà l'avenir dont vous m'avez parlé au fil des ans. Voilà l'avenir qu'à chaque jour, vous nous aidez à bâtir. Now, as new graduates, I know that much of your focus is wrapped up in more immediate concerns, like finding a good job that's both challenging and rewarding, or figuring out how to balance paying your rent with paying down your student loans. But I know, because I've heard it repeatedly from so many of you, that your concerns go far beyond your own circumstances. As a Prime Minister, as a teacher, as a father myself, I can't begin to tell you how reassuring that is. I look at the really big challenges like climate change, or that gap that exists between the quality of life for Indigenous peoples and the rest of the population. I think about what it means for all of us, that too many folks out there still seem willing, happy even, to build their personal success through stoking fears and anxieties. I think of all that is tempting. I think of all that, and it's tempting to give in to cynicism and doubt. But there's a very powerful antidote to all that, and it's you. Je sais que vous possédez les aptitudes et la détermination nécessaires pour résoudre chaque problème auquel vous serez confrontés, auquel nous serons confrontés. Parce que les défis que l'avenir nous réserve sont grands, mais ne sont pas plus grands que les nombreux obstacles que nous avons surmontés dans le passé et qu'ils ne font certainement pas le poids contre une génération aussi intelligente, ambitieuse et préparée que la vôtre. Now that you're feeling good about yourself, let's talk about what it really means to do hard things. When he was president, my friend Barack Obama used to have a plaque on his desk. Actually, maybe he still does. I hope he still does. It said, "Hard things are hard." There's a lot of truth in those 4 words. Focusing on the big things and not the small things, that's not easy for anyone. But when we do it, we can make really big, really important things happen. Aujourd'hui, près de 9 millions de Canadiens ramènent plus d'argent à la maison chaque fois qu'ils reçoivent leur chèque de paye. Parce qu'ensemble, les Canadiens ont choisi un gouvernement qui a baissé les impôts pour la classe moyenne en les augmentant pour les plus riches. C'est pas rien. Today, 9 out of 10 families have extra help with the high cost of raising their kids because together, Canadians decided that maybe sending child benefit checks to millionaires wasn't such a great idea. That's a big thing too. In the coming years, sitting in those chairs you currently occupy will be some of the 300,000 kids that extra help lifted out of poverty this year as compared to 2014. In fact, 300,000 children would fill this room 250 times over. That is a very big thing too, and a hard thing. Donc, lorsque vous réfléchissez aux mois et aux années qui viennent, je vous encourage à faire preuve d'ambition. Pensez à ce que vous pouvez faire pour faire du monde un endroit meilleur que celui qui vous ont légué votre propre parents. Vos parents, vos grands-parents ou vos proches qui sont ici aujourd'hui ne vous souhaitent rien de moins. Partez à la découverte de notre monde. Sachez que l'éducation que vous venez de recevoir vous a bien préparé. Ayez confiance en votre capacité de vous attaquer aux défis les plus grands et les plus complexes de notre époque. Parce que, très bientôt, ce sera à vous de les relever. Class of 2017, I have faith in you. We, your teachers, your family, and your friends, have faith in you. The world expects much of you, and you are, every one of you, up to the challenge. I wish you the very best of luck. Thank you again for allowing me to be a part of this momentous day. Congratulations once again. Now, go do great things.